Hello everyone. So today we will be talking about react.js. So first we need to know what is react.js. So React is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. So what is user interface? So user interface is whatever we see. Let's say this is GitHub repo and this is the user interface. So we are the user and this is the interface that we see. So we are about to create user interfaces, just like, let's say, we if we code a GitHub clone, we will be making a user interface just like this, and that will be the user interface. So React is a tool or a JavaScript library to build that user interface, so we can build whatever user interface we like with React.js. So React.js have some features like declarative. It's declarative. React makes it painless to create interactive UI, design simple views for each state in your application. We'll be talking about state in later part of the video, or maybe later on. And React will efficiently update and render just the right components when you need the data changes. Declarative views make your code more predictable, simpler to understand, and easier to debug. Okay, so React is providing us a lot of features, and it is also component based, and we will be encapsulating components that manage their own state, then compose them to make complex UI. Since component logic is written in JavaScript instead of templates, you can easily pass rich data through your app and keep the state out of the DOM. It's all a bit advanced for now, but let's just understand it is component based and it is declarative. And we have another thing: learn once, write anywhere. We don't make assumptions about the rest of your technology stack, so you can develop new features in React without rewriting existing code. React can also render on the server using Node and power mobile apps using React Native. So basically, React.js can write on. I mean, can use we can use React.js on front end, back end. Not exactly back end, but yeah, we can use server side code using Node, and we can also use mobile app with React Native. We have React Native, by which we can uh, use in mobile app. Let's say native apps. Okay, so installation, how to install React. So let's see a quick start. Okay, welcome to React documentation. This page will give you an introduction of the 80% React concepts that you will use on a daily basis. Okay, but we will be having a look at these tomorrow. I mean, in the next video. For now, we're trying to figure out what is React. So as I've mentioned, React is a JavaScript library that helps us to build user interfaces. So whatever we see is user interface, and we can build these user interfaces using React. Okay, so let's see, what do we have? Create user interface from components. Okay. uh we will be talking about components and states in our next video maybe. But okay. Okay, we have Next.js as well. Next.js is a full stack framework, so we can kind of use the backend as well. React community. Okay, we came back to the quick start once again. So React is a, of course, React is a library, JavaScript library at that. So React has a lot of features. Let's Google some of them. React features, let's say. Okay, the first one is virtual DOM. So what is virtual DOM? We know DOM. So this is our DOM here, right? So document object model. So the whole document will be represented as a uh, DOM or as an object, and then we can call it DOM. But React uses a virtual DOM, which is like a DOM, but it is a lightweight copy of the real DOM. So let's try to understand this way, that let's say we have DOM and we have virtual DOM. So React will, if we change something, let's say we user, let's say we click on this, and now this part is different, right? This is now, we see some changes in our state of our application. So the state has changed. So now React will run a comparison or a reconciliation algorithm, it's called. So they will compare the DOM and the virtual DOM and see that, okay, we have some changes here, we need to add these 9 more here, and then the virtual DOM will add these 9 more here, and then it will ultimately update the real DOM as well. But the virtual DOM is just to compare that how many state changes are there, what are we changing there, so that it can update only those parts. So we don't need to update the whole DOM each and every time, or render whole DOM every time. Data binding, one way data binding, okay, data flow. So it will be passed from parent to children. This is something to talk about in a different video, but yeah, we have components. React.js is built around components, so reusable piece of code that represent parts of a user interface. So components are a small chunk of code. Let's say we have a few component which will make a whole application. Let's see if we can find something here. React components, let's see what do we have. Okay, so these are they are using the class component. Yeah, yeah, we can see this functional component. So you see, it will be a function essentially if we use a functional component, or it will be a class if we use the class component. Class component is not used as much now because we have hooks and stuff now. So we use functional components most of the stuff, and functional component will be like this, just a function which will be returning some JSX. What is JSX? So JSX is a bit like HTML, but it's not HTML. What is JSX? Let's search. JavaScript XML, of course. So JSX allows us to write HTML in React. JSX makes it easier to write and add HTML in React. So basically, what we see here, h2, this function is returning h2. Hi, I am Carl, but this h2 is not HTML. Rather, it's JavaScript XML or JSX. Okay, so where were we? Oh yeah, right, components. So basically components will most of the time will return some JSX, and then we can render those components together and show the output JSX. Yes, JavaScript syntax extension, or JavaScript XML, as we've mentioned. So it is a bit like HTML. It is actually HTML, I think, but yeah, there are some differences, of course. Like let's say when in HTML we write class and then we add the class name, but in React we should use class name instead of class. We will see those in our next video. Improvement in automatic batching. Of course, React has an inbuilt batching feature that groups all the state updates through event handlers. It saves the file from and there are more details, but the main point is it has some inbuilt features like this one, automatic batching and performance. So if we were to use let's say DOM, or the document object model, or the vanilla JavaScript to handle things, React will be much more faster than this. I mean that because as we know that uh, React does some optimization for us, or yeah, React is built to build like really fast single page applications, or SPA. So the single page applications, let's understand what is a single page application. So let's say this is a web page, right? Now if I click, as you can see, it's loading, so the page has changed essentially. But if I go to, I don't know where I would go. Let's see one of my projects maybe. Which one to see? Okay, let's just go to my portfolio. This is using Next.js, not React, but yeah, Next.js is a React.js framework which is built on React. So as you can see, if I switch tabs now, this is not reloading. As you can see, if it is loading, as you would see here, if I go to another page, it is now loading. As you can see, the circle is rotating, or we are changing the page, we're reloading the page, let's say. But if we even see the React doc page, as you can see, it is not reloading because it is built within with React rather. But Google is not built with React, I think. Maybe it's built in Angular. Angular is another framework of JavaScript which is owned by Google, and this React framework is open source, and it was built by Facebook. As you can see, if we go to the repo, we see Facebook/React. So it is now Meta, of course, but yeah. So as you can see, if I change tabs here, the page doesn't reload. As you can see, it is not reloading, it is just changing the pages. So it is a single page application, or the whole page is here already. We are just switching states rather. Okay, so where were we? Yeah, the features. React server components. React server components are a thing which will be handling SSR, server side rendering, or SSG, or static site generation. We will be talking about these later on. For now, it is a bit complex, I would say. Simplicity. Yes, React is very simple, and I would say a bit easy to learn compared to Angular and other frameworks. Let's say Angular is pretty hard compared to React, so it is simple, of course. Conclusion, I have no idea what is conclusion. Never heard of it. Okay. Concurrent mode. Significant performance improvements. Okay, I didn't hear this as well. Conditional statements, yeah, that I know. uh, we can conditionally render something. Let's say we have a authenticated user, so we can show uh, one component, or it is, if they are not authenticated, we can show different components like login or something. Or if they are authenticated, we can show like welcome user. Flexibility, yes, React is very flexible and easy to maintain due to modular structure. Modular, okay. The component breaking part, as I've mentioned. New suspense features. Okay. uh, I see that I don't know some of this stuff as well, but of course one cannot learn everything. React error boundaries, yeah, that I know. So let's say if we don't find any data, or we have some error, we can show this error page. React hooks. Hooks are a new addition to functional stuff, functional components. Hooks like use state, use effect, use memo, etc. Scalability is the property of a system to handle a growing amount of work. So basically, when your app will grow and the user will grow, let's say at first we have 100 users, and then we have 1 million user, let's say. So React is easy to scale, I think. Scalability is the property of a system to handle a growing amount of work. Okay. Okay, so these are the features of React, and React is a JavaScript library, as we've already talked about this, which uses virtual DOM to do the things that we do. So we will be talking about or exploring more in our next video. For now, let's just understand these actually. So we have a DOM right here. This is our DOM in the browser, and React uses a virtual DOM which just updates the state in itself first, and then we'll apply those changes to the real DOM after comparing those two. Okay, so that's pretty much it about React. I know I might have missed some things, but yeah, we will be exploring more in our next videos. For now, just understand React is a uh, library, rather UI library, and which is built by Facebook or Meta, and now it is open source. We can see the whole code here in this repo, as you can see. So everything React is doing we can find here, and we can see what is going on behind the scenes, how they are handling the DOM, how they are comparing reconciliation algorithm and other stuff as well. So yeah, we will be exploring more in our next video. uh so I will see you guys there. Thank you very much. Also, I did take a break, like a long break of 3 weeks maybe. So after finishing JavaScript, I got a bit busy and I felt like, okay, I should maybe take a break and stuff, and I will continue on React after a few weeks. So yeah, here I am, and I will be uh, regular from now on, hopefully, uploading React videos and help you guys learn React. So yeah, so that's pretty much it about React. I will I will definitely link this report down in comments so you can explore these yourself, have a read. Maybe you can get a quick start before me. If not, we can do that together as well in our next video. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.